I can tell you, mark my word today, PDP is coming back to Enugu State. Presently, I'm not a member of the PDP. Presently, I'm not a member of the PDP is coming back to Enugu State because whether I like it or not, for a very long time I have fought the PDP. Whether we like it or not, at least PDP has strong structures in Enugu. I am not saying that PDP has won all the elections here in Enugu State. In fact, in the last political out in 2023, if you ask me, I believe that the Labour Party governorship candidate, I strongly believe that he actually won the election. But you know, the issue of structure also plays a vital role in this political outing. So, as far as Nigeria is concerned, at least you will not deny the fact that PDP has structures across the entire world in Nigeria. We may have candidates who are popular, but their political platform may not give them that enabling environment to try politically. So, having said that, also know that not all PDP members in Enugu State are part of what transpired yesterday. There are those who are openly against the move made by the governor. There are those who are not with him. I know some top figures in this state. They are mute as I speak, but I know their silence is not ordinary. They are waiting for the right time. At the right time, they will speak. The governor made his speech yesterday. Come 2027, some people will also make their own speech. There will still be another second version of that speech. Another one will still be made when the people will speak. So don't rule out the PDP yet, as far as Enugu State is concerned. I don't know for that place, but this state, there's this affiliation, there's this love many people have for PDP. It's like it's a culture, it's a custom here. That is the reality. So if not for the obedient wave of 2023, ordinarily it's usually PDP and others in Enugu State. So, but it's an interesting development. In fact, I congratulate Governor Mbah for what he did by moving over to the APC because he has made the work of the opposition in Enugu State easier. You know, when you marry his harsh policies with what he just did, he has to a great extent reduced his chances of coming back to government. So he's doing a very good work. Let him continue. Let him change gear from what he's, let him do more so that it will make his defeat easy come 2027.
All right. Now, one of the reasons that Governor Mbah gave for his move is that the voice of Enugu and Southeast will now be better heard in Abuja. Now, what do you make of that statement? Does it mean that the Southeast voice cannot be heard without a defection to the ruling party? And does that also mean that we're moving to a one-party system of governance?
One of the mistakes you can make as a man is trying to believe that that maybe you are smarter than others. No matter how intelligent you may be, you may meet those who are more intelligent than you are. With due respect to the governor, the way he spoke yesterday, I listened to him. I'm on my way to a particular place when I listened to him when he addressed the state. Don't think you are talking to those who are not smart, even though you may be the governor of the state. Now, the question is this. Before now, the governors of Ogbe and Imo states, they've been in the APC. Does it mean they incurred any advantage above Enugu State by virtue of their being members of the APC? If you want to defect, it's your right to do that. They're not telling us that the voice of Enugu will be heard. We don't need to be heard in Abuja. I repeat, as far as I'm concerned, we don't need to be heard. If you want to be heard, go and put your house in order. If you govern well in your state, you will be heard. Because as far as the Nigerian political workings is concerned, rather, it is his interest that it will not be heard in Abuja, not Enugu interest. His personal interest is what will not be heard in Abuja. So when Governor Jim was the governor of Old Anambra State, he was in the opposition. His voice was heard. The voice of the people of Old Anambra State was heard here in Anambra State. Because Nigeria, there is this level of injustice being perpetrated in the Nigerian environment. So the governor telling us that it's for our voice to be heard is an indirect insult. Because you are trying to project your selfish interest and you are trying to subsume that under the ambit of trying to protect or project the interest of Enugu people. It's not true. Tell us you want to defect to the, and you have defected to the APC in order to protect your own political interest. Understandable, that's excellent. They're telling us that you want our voice. We don't, Abuja has not protected our interest, both under the PDP and under the APC presently. As I speak, Abuja has not protected the interest of the Igbo people. As expected, there is still perceived injustice in the land. In as much as I also know as a fact that even we, Igbo people, we have also dealt with ourselves to a great extent as well. Even our leaders here in the South geopolitical zone. But Ebonyi State and Imo State, these two states should serve as templates. What have they done differently? Do we have monorails in these states? Do we have strong federal presence in these states beyond what is obtainable in Enugu State? We are now defecting to the APC. We now make President Tinubu to now start governing Enugu State directly. You still remain the governor of the state. You will each ordinarily change your policies. The way you have been handling Enugu people, does it have to do with the activities of the federal? The answer is no. your harsh policies are being executed by your government. So rather, what I even foresee that may happen is that now that he has joined the ruling party at the center, he now enjoys more state influence that he can now do to a great extent whatever he believes he can do, and nobody will challenge him for now. But in due course, we are going to speak in Enugu. Personally, I will speak when the time comes. For now, to a great extent, I'm more interested in my profession for now. When the time comes, we come back. We will tell him that we all are not fools in this state. You have a governor that is grossly insensitive. During the last general conference of the Barr here, members of the enforcement team of the MOT, they were withdrawn from Enugu roads. Why? Because these young men and women who have been employed to be enforcing so-called traffic laws, who have now been constituted to operate as revenue-generating agencies, they are doing their work in a high-handed manner, and that's why the government of the day withdrew them from the roads. Immediately lawyers left Enugu, they unleashed them on the people again. So they know what is going on in Enugu. They know they are terrorizing the people. When you govern the people, you should show some modicum of empathy. Even in a state like in a nation like the United States, the bastion of democracy and capitalism, after the U.S. economy was disorganized, sequel to the invasion of Iraq by U.S., when Obama took over, the first thing he did, he tried to revitalize the economy.